We made a post a while back saying what kind of content you guys wanted out there. And you said, hey, we want to see the struggles that you got through the shop, like figuring out these builds and what makes them cool and everything else. Let me tell you something. This interior on this rocket ship has been one of the biggest struggles I've ever went through as far as being a builder for the last however many years. Probably way too long. Anyways, this seat is physically as low as you can put it into a chassis. I mean, it is seat, mount, tube that's on the skid plate. Actually, there's not even enough room to run hoses and plumbing underneath the seat and the floorboard on these things. This is the back shifter box on the Atlas transfer case. So what we had to do is come up with a way to put the seat in here. Your leg goes up and over, lays in here, and then gets into a foot box up there with enough room for a brake pedal and a gas pedal. We ended up building this out of 100 thousandths thick steel. We opted out of aluminum on it because there was any drive shaft trouble or a case problem, because it is a driver's side case drop. We didn't want the driver to ever be hurt with this. So this customer, bigger guy, and wanted as big a seat as we could fit. So this is a GTSE extra wide. So this dude right here's got some room. It's very comfortable. We put it in here. We ended up having to take the interior panel and move it to the center line of the tube to hang it. You'll see that right here. This right here all laid out right. When the guy come in, he was like, hey, my legs are a little bit shorter, and this right here was rubbing on his leg. I was like, man, what can we do to kind of fix that? We threw a block of wood underneath his foot, just something to try out. He was like, holy crap. Made all the difference in the world. So we said, hey, we'll just put a floorboard riser in it. We did the floorboard riser in it, and then while we were in there, made a little bit of a storage box. Man, I think this right here is actually going to be one of my favorite little things. Nowhere in a buggy is there really a good spot to put some storage of, you know, whatever random things you want to put in there. But this right here is going to slide right in. Up in the front, we're going to have a little lip that it goes under. Now, whenever your seat sets in here, your leg goes up, over and down, sets on that, and it's good. Then Will was asking, why didn't you run this all the way back? Look here, whenever you're getting in and out, this gives your foot a great place to step in and out with doors. It really does. Whenever you're getting out with no doors, you put your heel against this and actually set up on the bar to get out, instead of having that slide effect from your foot whenever you want to just slide off into the buggy. You actually got a heel rest on it. So, talking about the interior of a rocket ship, we've never really dove into it. This plate right here is all the way on the flat of the bottom of the buggy. There's no way to run lines or hoses or anything else underneath it. This right here is what we call the drive shaft protection piece. And this unbolts. You can get to your wiring in here. You got a wiring tray, tilt steering column mount, all that good stuff. And then we've got the new box. All right, dash sets on this piece right here. And then in the past, we've had this piece of aluminum that come in is just a flat plate. All right, when we would come in to run all of our plumbing and wiring, you would have to go on the bottom side of this to get past it. You know, this is a training mount. It's next to the drive shaft, all that. So what we've got now, we've got tabs. Another 100 thousandths thick steel plate goes in here, covers that. Then we actually built this up and raised it up. So when this mounts in now, we've got access from the back on top of the sway bar tube to where we can run our hoses in. And we can plumb all of our tranny cooler, intercooler for a blower, fuel lines, and rear steer lines underneath this with a pass-through right here to get into that tunnel to get up there for some really cool plumbing. So this right here is one area where we spent, I mean, a ton of time making sure that we had extra room that we needed and everything is laid out as ergonomically as correct as we could, especially with that seat sitting so far down. Now we've got it to where you sit in it, your leg sits right over top, your feet are elevated that little bit, and this thing is so comfortable for a tall person to drive all day long on the trail that it's just perfect. Another thing is this buggy has doors on it. I'm talking about the getting in and out of this buggy is easier than any other buggy we've ever built, ever. It's got a low ride height. It's got a really low rocker tube on it. That seat sets so low. I mean, literally I back up to it and sit down in the buggy. I don't even have to pick myself up to get into it. With that door on this thing, it's easy to get in and out of. Talking about the seat, let's look at the mount on it. We've always wanted a universal way to put multiple different seats into the same buggy. What we've done is we've come up with a really unique tab and bracket setup to where we can put 4 different seats in this buggy that we've got the mounts already pre-built for. But watch how easy the seat comes in and out. All right. Here you see the seat flipped upside down. This is the universal mount for the Rocketship chassis and a GTSE seat. We've got brackets already made for the Rocketship chassis for the GTSE extra wide, the Alpha, the Bravo, and the Contour from PRP. So actually we have 5 seats with brackets already designed that go in and out. But what's really cool is each bracket fits 1 chassis mount. So what we're talking about is if you were to get a buggy and you put the seats in it, from that point on in the years past, you're married to that seat, especially with the powder coated chassis. Now you're not. If you want to swap in seats for hardcore trail riding compared to just general trail riding, that would be a hard shell seat for a suspension seat. You can actually do it. The same mount snaps right into place in the chassis. It's pretty awesome. Check it out. So what we've came up with is the most universal way to put a set of seats in a buggy that I've seen. And they come in and out easily. With that happening, you keep your buggy cleaner, keep it better maintenance. This right here is just kind of a little general overview about the changes we've made through the Rocketship with better leg placement, a little bit of a storage box, seats coming in and out. We really refined the interior of this thing from the fact of one reason that it took me so long to really release this chassis was I was like, no at-home fabricator will ever get an interior put in this buggy. And what we've done is we really just sat down and went back to the drawing board and laid all this out in CAD to where we're having a complete system that we're going to actually be able to ship to at-home builders and customers, where you can get this interior put in there. And it's going to have all these little features and everything else with it. So we're truly excited about that. But when I was talking about how to get into a buggy, I'm 6'2". Look at this. This is about as easy as it gets to set in a rig. About as easy as it gets. Shut that door. Let's get this thing running.
You stuck around till the end. That means we've piqued your interest. Go ahead and like, share, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss any future content. And check out our website, wideopendesign.com.